Recorded Books presents The Written World and the Unwritten World. Essays by Italo Calvino. Translated from the Italian by Anne Goldstein. Narrated by Edoardo Ballerini. Translator's Acknowledgements. I would like to thank, first of all, Giovanna Calvino for giving me the opportunity to work on The Written World and the Unwritten World, which has been an education not only in language, but in life. I would also like to thank my editors, Pilar Garcia Brown and Jessica Vestuto, for their stalwart patience. Finally, I would like to thank Enrica Maria Ferrara, professor of Italian at Trinity College, Dublin, whose close readings and knowledge of Calvino's works were invaluable. Reading, writing, translating. Good Intentions, 1952. The good reader looks forward impatiently to his vacation. He has saved a certain amount of reading that interests him for the solitary weeks he'll spend at the beach or in the mountains, and he can already taste the joy of siestas in the shade, the rustling of pages, surrender to the fascination of other worlds exuded by densely printed pages. As the holidays approach, the good reader tours the bookshops, browses, sniffs, has second thoughts, returns the next day to buy. At home he takes down from the shelf volumes whose pages are still uncut and lines them up between the bookends on his desk. It's the time when the mountain climber dreams of the peak he's getting ready to scale, and the good reader, too, chooses which mountain to take on. For example, it could be one of the great 19th century novelists, of whom we can never say we have read their entire oeuvre, or whose mass has always somewhat awed the good reader, or whose works, read at different times and at different stages of life, have left fragmentary memories. The good reader has decided that this summer he will really, finally read that author. Maybe he won't be able to read everything during the vacation, but he will lay down a base of fundamental readings, and then during the year he'll be able to fill in the gaps easily, in a leisurely way. So he acquires the works he intends to read, in the original language if it's one he knows, otherwise in the best translation. He prefers the large volumes of the collected works editions, but he doesn't dislike paperbacks, which are better for reading on the beach or under the trees or on the bus. He adds some good essays on the chosen author, or maybe a correspondence. There. Now he has solid company for his vacation. It can hail the whole time. His holiday companions can turn out to be hateful. The mosquitoes may be intolerable and the food inedible. The vacation will not be wasted. The good reader will return enriched by a new imaginative world. This obviously is only the main course. Now he has to think of the side dishes. The good reader wants to keep up with the latest bookstore offerings. Then there are new publications in his professional field, and it's crucial to take advantage of these days to read them. He also has to choose some books that are different from the ones he's already chosen, to provide variety and the possibility of frequent interruptions, repose, and changes of tone. Now the good reader has before him a very detailed reading plan, for all occasions, hours of the day, moods. If he has a house available for his holidays, maybe an old house full of childhood memories, what could be better than to have a book for every room? One for the porch, one for the bedside, one for the chaise longue. It's the eve of departure. He's chosen so many books, he'd need a trunk to transport them. The job of exclusion begins. This one I won't read anyway. This is too heavy. This isn't urgent. And the mountain of books crumbles, is reduced to half, to a third. Now the good reader has reached a selection of essential readings that will lend tone to his vacation. As he packs his suitcases, some volumes are left out. Thus the program comes down to a few books, but all substantial. These holidays will represent an important stage in the good reader's spiritual evolution. The days of vacation begin to pass swiftly. The good reader finds himself in excellent shape for sports, and stores up energy to get into the ideal physical situation for reading. After lunch, however, he's so drowsy that he sleeps all afternoon. He has to react, and here the company, unusually pleasant this year, helps. The good reader forms many friendships, and morning and afternoon is out in the boat or off on a tour, and at night is carousing until late. Reading, of course, requires solitude. The good reader thinks up a plan to get away. Cultivating his attraction to a blonde might be the best option, but with the blonde he spends the morning
Sample complete. Ready to continue?